Mid-30s by this time next week. Back down to you guys.
Tasha? Dog parks are a great place to exercise and socialize your dog and to meet fellow dog lovers in your community. Today, we've got tips to make everybody's visit to the dog park a little more safe and enjoyable. I want to welcome Erin BTV. Thank you so much for coming into the show. And also, I just want to say Erin is a family member of Breakfast Television. Barb's your aunt, correct?
Yeah.
Barb, who runs all the controls from behind the scenes. So, hi, Barb. All right, Erin, so let's talk about walking to a park with a dog, and you know, a lot of the times it's not the dog, it's the people that need the training.
Absolutely.
So I guess what we should start with is, you know, entering a park, there's a lot of dogs, there's a lot of smelling. What do we do with our dogs?
So before you're entering a dog park, you really want to get a sense for what's going on in the park. Mm-hmm. You want to look at who's in the park, how many dogs are in the park, are there toys in the park, and what kind of people are there. Are they taking care of their dogs? And making sure the play is safe, and just evaluate it before you walk in so that you know what you're getting into and you're prepared. And the other thing you want to know is your dog. How is your dog going to react at the gate? How are they going to react when they get into the park and all of the dogs come over and they're sniffing? So you really have to keep in mind all of those factors as you're going in, because that is the most hectic time when going into a dog park.
And so, yeah, so they get past that point, they smell each other and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Do you want to have the dog, do you want to continue to have the dog on the leash when they come up and smell? Or is it something that later on they kind of, you want to let them free?
It depends on the dog, again, of course. If you are bringing a puppy that has never been into the park before, as a dog walker, they stay on leash. Hey, buddy, boy,
Bob's gonna jump right off
he's
the couch.
like, let's go over there. So I keep the puppy on leash for at least 10 minutes, and I see where their behavior's at. If they're like, oh, I don't really know what's going on here, they stay with me for pretty much the rest of the time. So they can evaluate, they can sniff, they feel safe, they're kind of near you, and you have the control that they're right there. They're not going to bolt away from you. Once they get used to it, you know, then, yeah, go ahead. They can get off leash right away. They know what they're doing. They know their spot where they like to go pee. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
And so now, when you do let the dog off the leash, play is something that can make people very uncomfortable because dogs can be rough, but they are just playing. So we actually have some video of good dog playing. Can you show us what you're seeing here in the monitor?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are two under 2-year-old dogs, puppies. You can see that the tail is wagging, not super fast and high, but it's really nice and slow. You can see bounce back and do a little bit of a play bow, and they're just letting each other take a turn. So one's on top and then the other one's on top. It's not biting and pulling and tugging around. They take a break. There's a lot of jaw wrestling, and that's really what you want to see in good play.
If there's a situation where you know your dog's not in a good play situation, and you kind of know what that sounds like, there's usually some yelping, some barking, and that sort of thing, that is a little bit more serious, and you know the different tones. What do you do? How do you step in the middle?
So if there's play that's becoming too rough, you take the bigger dog or the aggressing dog, the one's just playing a little too rough, maybe doesn't know its own size, and just hold its back legs and just hug them into you so they can still kind of bounce around on the front end, and the smaller dog, or maybe a little bit more nervous dog, can come back into play if they want to. If they don't want to, then the other dog isn't able to go chase them down and pin them down.
Right.
So that's a really good way to control that. If it's just getting really crazy and the dog keeps going after the other dog, it might be time to leash up your dog and take a hike and go for a literal hike.
Yeah. Well, Erin, thank you so much. And Bob, you were so well behaved.
Yeah.
So it's such a good dog. So thank you so much for coming in. And I guess if people want to reach out to you, how would they find you? Because I know you're a dog trainer.
Yeah, so you can find me and my partner are a couple of mutts, and I know his face is pop over there. And you can find us online at a couple of mutts.
Great, thank you so much. Coming up in 20 minutes, we're all guilty of this, taking a 4-legged photo of our friends, but we got tips from a pro to up your likes on Instagram. Because, you know, really that's what it's all about, making them look cool.